Houston, we have a problem. And the problem has everything to do with eBay's managed payment system and how eBay is currently handling overages. So let's talk about that here on the other side. So without any further ado, let's go. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is John from Flippin' Ain't Easy. And today I'm very concerned about, not just for me, for many of you guys out there. Almost every seller is affected now by the way eBay handles managed payments. And something's changed, guys. I don't know when, I don't know why, but I seem to know how, what's going on. And I want to talk to you about that right here. Okay, let's start with this. With managed payments, and in their policy as it's currently written, if you go into Help and Contact and look up setting up and changing your payment method for fees and selling costs, it states your fees and other selling costs are automatically deducted from your sales proceeds. However, you'll need to set up a valid payment method to cover your selling costs in case your sales proceeds are insufficient. A valid payment includes a debit or credit card or a linked payout bank account. Now, if you go down further, it says we'll charge your on-file payment method within 14 days if your funds are insufficient. We may add up the amounts you owe in a single charge. So all those amounts could be your FedEx fees, your UPS fees, and if you have, your eBay store fees. And of course, you get charged for the eBay store once a month. But your FedEx and UPS fees, once the package is delivered by FedEx or UPS, then eBay is billed, okay? And then, of course, eBay sends that to your account as the amount you owe for that particular package, and then multiplied by how many packages that you shipped out that have been delivered. And eBay charges that on Tuesdays. Now, that coincides with the day that eBay does the daily payouts. The weekly payouts. Now, I was doing daily payouts since the start, and I don't know why. I just guess I was doing the daily payouts just because I don't trust eBay holding my money. But then what would happen, and what happened a couple weeks ago, is that eBay sent me a payment on a Tuesday for the available balance that I had. It was like a couple $100, and it left me with zero in my available balance. And then eBay went in and deducted like $150 worth of UPS labels, and it put me into a negative balance. And I noticed it, and they hit my bank account immediately, and that's the problem. They hit my bank account immediately for that money, and of course didn't give that $200 deposit even a chance to hit my account. They hit my account immediately. Now, for me, I keep money in my account because I use money in that account to buy more product and stuff like that. And then I transfer funds to my main account for my personal use. So I don't even tie in the business account with the personal account. So for me, it didn't hurt me. Okay, it just kind of opened my eyes because I was thinking, wow, this has never happened before, because their own policy says we'll charge your on-file payment method within 14 days if your funds are insufficient. It doesn't say in the policy they're going to charge it right away. And that's what happened. So I decided to change my payout method to weekly. So that allowed funds to accrue all week long. So after eBay fees and stuff like that was taken out, I get a notification this morning, and I'm making this video on Tuesday. You're watching this on Wednesday. But I get a message on Tuesday morning saying that they sent me about $2,000 to my checking account. And in looking at that, I'm thinking, okay, $2,000, and then that's after they took out the fees, right? No, wrong. They sent the $2,000 over, and then I get a message from my bank saying that eBay has hit my account for $181. And it just didn't make sense. It kind of defeated the purpose why I wanted to accrue all those payments into a weekly payment, so that eBay would, somehow put all that debit from the available balance, and then I don't have to worry about any surprises. So that's the problem. And So it hit my account for $181. Of course, the $2,000 hasn't hit my account yet. It probably won't be there until tomorrow. Now, I'm not, like I said, I'm not worried about myself. If I didn't have a YouTube channel, I wouldn't be making this video. I wouldn't be even dealing with it. I would just write it off as, oh, well, something's changed within eBay, because this never used to happen. It used to be where if you owed money over a period of a few days, eBay would recoup that through your sales that would post into your account. And that was fine, because if I owe eBay money, I know they're going to take their money, and I'll just keep making the sales, bring my account back above water, and all's going to be fine with the world. But they have changed something, and they haven't notified the seller of this change. Now, I called eBay because I wanted to find out why is this happening? Why is this happening even though the policy states that it's not supposed to happen this way? And the rep says, well, you know, I've always known it to be this way, where they charge you right away. Well, my BS meter went off, but I said, look, check out the policy. It's written that it's within 14 days. I said, what does eBay do when they have that seller who, let's say, has no money? Maybe they're making ends meet, paycheck to paycheck, or in this case, deposit to deposit, and you've made their account balance negative because you decided you were going to send the deposit and then charge what's owed afterwards, which on the same day, which makes no sense. It should be the opposite. And you're hurting sellers that basically are just trying to make ends meet. And the response was kind of like, well, it is what it is. I'll pass on your feedback, but eBay doesn't do anything. So if you're a seller on eBay, you've got to figure this out. I know a lot of you, I can't say a lot of you, some of you are making ends meet, living paycheck to paycheck. Maybe you're supplementing your income with eBay, and maybe you just don't have the funds always available in your account. And when eBay hits you with fees you weren't expecting to pay, it's going to affect your other bills. Maybe your bills become non-payable, or it puts you into a negative balance, and you have now multiple bank fees that you have to pay. And according to eBay, they're not going to take care of you. Even though they failed to advise you, they failed to even give a 2-hour notice that, hey, we're about to hit your account. Make sure your account has funds. So I could run to the bank and put money in the account had I had been that low, which I wasn't. But my concern in making these videos is just for the common person, where your situation is different than mine. But your situation, now you're dealing with a crisis. You have bills that are bouncing because you don't have the funds in there anymore. You have banks that are charging you fees. And now not only do you have to clear this up, yeah, your deposit will probably hit the next day, but now you're going to be making less in that deposit because you're going to have to reimburse the bank for bank fees and overdraft charges. Not good, guys. And I just don't know. I don't think there's anything that we can do about it. I mean, of course, you can call eBay and voice your concern, and hopefully they change. All I'm asking for is just change the order, which the way this is done. If they're going to charge us fees on Tuesday, make sure you charge us the fees before you send the deposit to our accounts, right? Or go back to the way it used to be, where if you have an insufficient balance over time, over the next day or two, your payments will come in from buyers, and as your payments come in, they'll put that back, and your insufficient balance will become a positive one. And that's what I was used to. So I'm very concerned for a lot of you out there who have to deal with this, but find a way to pad your bank account. I know it's going to be tough, but provide them either a credit card so that it doesn't hurt you. You have a line of credit that you can just pay back right away when that deposit hits, or find a way to get some money in that account, a couple $100, just as a buffer, so that when eBay comes grabbing at your funds, then you won't be scrambling to try to figure out what's going on with your daily life bills. And so that's the first thing that I thought of when this happened to me. And I'm like, oh no, this is a bad thing. So of course, a number of you guys call in and complain, make your voices heard. Maybe this will be changed. But I'm just one guy making a video, and I just want to create awareness to those of you who might be affected in a bad way, whereas a lot of people like myself just aren't. So I want your comments down below. Please post them down below. I want to know what you think about this. Think it's fair? I mean, you think it's fair that eBay gives us no notification, their policies do not reflect this, and yet their attitude is like, we can't do nothing for you, just the way it is. So appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you like the content that we put out, and hit that notification bell so you can be notified when we go live or just drop another random video like this. So it's things like this where I think sometimes eBay crosses the line where they're messing with people's money and their livelihood because they just fail to communicate. They fail to communicate changes to their managed payment systems, and they just fail to look out for the seller by doing things the way that one would expect, like charging any fees that we owe before sending us a deposit. And navigating through these minefields that we call eBay is just yet another example of how sometimes flipping ain't easy. And I hope to see you guys here on the live on Friday. But until then, have an excellent, at least try to, have an excellent rest of your day. Take care, everyone.